Hi everyone. So I'm back. It's now been a year since my surgery. Um, and I just want to go over how my year went and let you know what my experience was throughout the year. Um, and just kind of let you know too that, everyone's experience is different. Everybody heals differently. So I'm only letting you know what my experience was. I actually did very well throughout the healing process, better than what I thought. I went back to work because my surgery was in November of last year. So I went back to work on January 2nd. And I felt good going back to work, getting out of the house, going back to my regular routine, seeing people. I think it's healthy, and that helped with the healing process. At the time, I was already on solid foods, and so, eating definitely a lot of smaller portions, but eating well. I found as time went by that for me, eating was better if I ate smaller portions. So for work, I never really, and still never do, bring any sandwich or anything like that. I always bring small things for me to eat throughout the day. I find it's just so much easier for me, for my stomach to digest versus a meal. So I usually bring things like a yogurt or crackers. I'll have a piece of fruit. I like raisins, so I'll have a box of raisins or a handful of nuts. But those are things that I'll eat throughout the day. But I don't really bring a sandwich because, it's so much easier for me to eat like that. And I drink water throughout the day. I did go, before I went back to work, backtrack a little bit. My doctor did mention a few things that I have to be careful with. First thing is I won't be able to have any carbonated drinks, and that's like a forever thing. I just can't because she said that I have to avoid the gases, especially anything that's gassy. It's gonna cause a lot of bloating and a lot of pain in your stomach. And because now my stomach is my esophagus and everything's been redirected, the stomach doesn't digest like it used to. Things are just different now. So I don't drink any carbonated drinks at all. And that's a big no-no for me, and I can't do it. And your doctor might tell you that as well. The other thing was I find bready foods, breads in general, are very difficult for me personally, for my stomach to digest. Just this morning, I tried eating a bagel, and it was a very big struggle to eat it. Those things I try to really avoid. I'll have it on occasion, but when I do, every time I do, I regret having it. So today was this morning was one of those mornings where I was like, I don't know what made me decide. I guess I was craving it, but it wasn't really the easiest thing for me to eat. So bready foods is one of those things I try to avoid. The other thing is I find that vegetables, as much as I love vegetables and as much as I try to eat as much vegetables as I can because we need it, they are also very gassy. And so I have that also in moderation because of it just causes a lot of bloating, and it definitely causes pain. Certain foods, when I do eat, I do find that as I'm eating it, it'll like hit like a rock in my stomach, and it causes a little bit of pain and discomfort. So I know that food is just a little heavy. So I don't eat as much. I drink mostly water. I don't really drink any carbonated drinks at all. I drink water, maybe 90% water, maybe 10% juice. I don't drink coffee very much. I've really grown to not really care for coffee very much, but I drink a lot of tea, mostly green. But I'm doing well, recovering well. I've had no issues like physically. Physically, my body healed very well. My incisions healed very well. I do find that, if you know from my previous video, that I was having like a lump in my throat sensation at first. That was hard to get through that because it just gave me that instant feeling of, okay, I can't eat. There's no way I can eat, because it felt like food was stuck in my throat, but it wasn't. It was just that sensation. I still get that on occasion, and I slowly learned that for me, what it was every time, sometimes even now, sometimes when I eat, I get that feeling of food stuck, or that lump in my throat. And I think it's just my body telling me, okay, you just need to stop. Yeah, your stomach can't tolerate more. So I've had to learn that when I get that feeling, I just need to stop eating. So I have done that. I did have an esophagram done at 6 months. I had a follow-up done at 6 months. Everything was well. Everything went good. No issues at all. And then just this month, I had my 1-year follow-up esophagram, and also follow-up appointment with the doctor, with the nurse practitioner. The esophagram went well. She said at one point when I did swallow, it looked like it was going into, I think she said, my vocal cords, but it didn't. I didn't aspirate, which she said that's good. So that was fine. And so she said everything was looking really good for me. I loved the fact, so for 39 years, it's been a struggle to find someone that would just follow me and, I needed a plan. I needed to know that somebody was wanting to take care of me and concerned about me and want to make sure that I'm doing well. And I feel like I'm finally in good hands. So there is a plan for me. I'm going to be seen yearly going forward, with an esophagram yearly, just to make sure everything is okay. I'm also, I am starting to feel some tightening in that anastomosis area, that incisional area. And so I did mention that to her. So sometimes I do find like I'm able to, nothing like it was with achalasia. This has been a miracle for me. Achalasia, it was every bite I felt food getting stuck, but this is just a whole other world, and it's just amazing to finally eat and just have food go down. But food is going down fine, but it's starting to feel a little tight. So she did say that I'm very lucky, because a lot of patients within a few months after surgery feel that tightening, and then they have to go for a dilation, which it happens, with this type of surgery. So I am getting established with a gastroenterologist. She did put a referral in, and I will be going for a dilation. And I was a little nervous, and I didn't mention it to her because of just, this is an incision, and it's, I got staples, and this whole thing just scares me a little bit. But she says she has a really good doctor that she trusts, and all the patients that do have this type of surgery, who do have tightening, she refers to this one specific doctor, and I trust her. So I don't have an appointment yet, still waiting for them to call me, but I will be getting that done. And so I will be getting established with this gastroenterologist. So when I do need a dilation, or if I feel some sort of tightening, I can, let him know, and then we can deal with that. And it'll be more of a routine type of dilation, not like the dilations that you have for achalasia. Those have to be done different than a routine regular dilation. So I think that's where I am right now, and I'm very, very happy on, in how this whole process went. I was very, very scared. I was nervous, not knowing the direction that this was all going to be. But it was at a point in my life where I just had to do it. I had to do it. I was still fairly young, really no health issues at all. Otherwise, so I felt that it was the time that I had to do it. And I'm very grateful, very thankful that I did it when I did. I got through it fine. I still walk daily, every day. I do my routine walk because I think it's healthy. It helps with the healing process. I still try to eat as best as I can, as healthy as I can. There's certain things and you'll find that along the way that not everybody is the same. Everybody is built different. Everybody tolerates things different. Some people tolerate pain more than others. Others don't. Your stomach may be able to digest certain foods where others become lactose intolerant, or maybe can't eat certain things that were able to eat before. That happens. Some people have more of the dumping syndrome. I didn't. I think I had maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and for the most part, like I said, I'm very thankful. I don't really have any issues with foods. I'm able to eat dairy. I'm able to eat just about really anything except for, to have a sandwich is hard. The other day I did try to eat a tuna fish sandwich, and for whatever reason, it was very difficult to eat that. I actually mentioned that to the doctor, and she said, be careful with tuna fish because she says tuna fish, we tend to think, oh, it's a light, flaky fish. It's not, it should be easy to swallow, easy to digest and all this stuff, and it really isn't. She says a lot of times people come in choking, and it's usually a lot of times on a tuna fish sandwich. And it's the oddest, strangest thing, but it does happen. So that's another food that I unfortunately really can't have. Otherwise, I have to say this was one of the best decisions that I've made in my life. Like I said, I was scared, but I'm glad I did it. I'm living a better life than I did before. Just having that constant fear when I sat at the table, am I going to choke? Is this going to go down okay? And, I'm able to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner this year, and to be able to enjoy the holidays and enjoy food without having to worry about the swallowing part of it. And I'm happy. I'm very happy. If you're in the situation where I was, and maybe you're at the end stage of the achalasia, and you're scared, and you know this isn't getting better, it's getting worse, and you have to make that decision. I hope that my videos have been helpful to you. I hope that this will help you make some sort of a decision. You have to do what's right for you in the end. I know that the way I was living before wasn't a good way to live. I had to make a decision, for me, for my family. My family was worried about me. And honestly, I just saw it getting worse, and I didn't see it getting better. So it was something that I had to do. And I think that pushed me to do it. But it was the best thing I did. Was it easy? Absolutely not. It wasn't easy. It was hard. But every day, every day is healing. Every day. Every day you see a slow process. You do a little bit better than you did the day before. You're walking a little bit better than you did before. You're eating a little bit better than you did the day before. And gradually you find yourself in a situation where wow, I'm getting through this. I'm doing okay. And it's about pushing through it. And I had to push through it. I had my days of anxiety. I did. You know, it's a lot to go through. And I knew that for me, I've had procedures in the past, but I knew that this was going to be probably the most difficult surgery that I'd probably have in my life. But you have to go in it with a mentality. I need to do this. I need to get better. I need to do it for myself. I need to do it for my family. And you just can't live the way you live in right now. Something's got to change. So I hope these videos are helpful to you. And I wish you well. I stay strong. And I wish nothing but the best for all of you. God bless. Take care. Bye.